Hey, what's up, everybody? And I hope you are doing spectacular. But this segment is going to be brief, but it is with someone brilliant. So, as you can see, I'm maxing and relaxing because I'm going to let this gentleman steal the show. Now, guys, there's a lot of different things going on in the world right now. And so I first and foremost must say that Mr. Russell Taylor is here with us. And he has been labeled as a singer, not to be confused with just any ordinary singing. And so, without further ado, let me bring to you Mr. Russell Taylor.
Hey,
How are you, darling?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm good, good, good. But look, I already told them you can shine, but you got to tell them who you are.
Okay. What's up, everyone? I'm Russell Taylor. I'm hanging out, talking about these my records and this new song "Wake Up" and new song "Come Morning," and I'm happy to be here.
Wake up, baby, wake up. Look, let's go ahead and talk about wake up. And then after we talk about wake up, then I want you to talk about your activism because, honey, the way you coming through with this call to action, but I'm gonna let you talk about it because I'll get right.
Okay. Wait. Where are you from, Lily? Where are you from?
Oh Lord! So I am from Virginia.
Okay.
I do have South Carolinian roots,
Okay.
but definitely I'm born and raised in Southern Virginia. So I know
Okay.
it's there.
I'm. I got a question. I'm gonna talk all about it, but I got a question. It's gonna eat me up. I won't be able to focus answer your questions unless I ask. What part of Southern Virginia are you from?
Danville, Virginia.
Danville. Okay, I know some people from there. My family is from New Kent County. That's more towards Williamsburg, James City
Well,
County,
no, you're
Charles
right
City.
here. You're right here
Hmm.
because I'm in Richmond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Shout
Yeah.
out to New
Okay.
Kent.
Shout out New Kent. Shout out Charles City. Shout out all of my folks in Virginia.
You know what? Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
I see it.
Descendants of the plantation, baby. Descendants of the plantation.
Factual.
So here we are. We are hanging out, talking about this wake up video. Um, we did the video in Boston. We shot in Boston at the end of July with the director Domingo Martin. And the song, I wrote the song about, I actually wrote the words to the song with a co-writer about 3 years ago. But we didn't put the music to it properly until the top of, and when I say we, I mean I produced it, but all of the players, I pulled the music together in the production wise from people all over the country because of COVID. We were in quarantine, so it came to me in the shower of all places of inspiration. I knew I had the song waiting, and it wasn't the right time for all of this time. It wasn't the right time, and in the shower, I was like, oh shit, I need to get this done. It's time to put this record out. And then thankfully, with all of the wonderfully talented musicians that I have surrounding me in this game, they agreed to participate and we got this record done.
Wow. Like, now, you know what? Knowing exactly where you're from just allows me to appreciate Wake Up even more.
Mm.
Because, see, guys, a lot of people in the industry aren't from the places we're from. So they don't know what it's like. And I think it's important for us to highlight, if you didn't grow up in a Danville, if you didn't grow up in a New Kent, you will not understand what it's like to be an African American back in the 60s and even now.
Mm-hmm.
So, Russell, I mean, I salute you for this. I really salute you for this. Now, talk to me a little bit about, I think you've been working with what, the Poor People's Campaign, and We must do more mobilizing, organizing, registering, and educating people. Tell us about that, because now that's another significant undertaking.
Right. So I want to clarify for you so I don't get no hate texts or hate emails. But my family is from the New Kent County and Charles City area. I grew up, born and raised in Philadelphia. So,
Okay.
but my family, my homestead where we came over and was off the James City River, back all the way, traced all the way
Gotcha.
back.
Okay.
So regarding activation, like, I think that one of the things that I realized with people today and with their decisions to vote and their decisions to be active in their community is number one, it's there's no hope. People, the average person feels like whatever the individual can do is not strong enough to participate or affect any change in the larger whole. So
Okay.
I think one of the first things is that we have to debunk this myth that the individual has no power unless they're immediately part of a large movement. But that is how the movement starts, is that one person affects change in his or her own immediate environment, in your household even. Educate everybody, sit down. The same way you can have a game night, the same way you can have, a soul food night, same way you have Sunday dinner, you can also have, let's talk about the candidates. Let's talk about what's happening in politics. Do we know who our council people are? Do we know do we even know where the police precinct is in our neighborhood? Something as small as that, when you educate and familiarize yourself with the things that most immediately affect you, then suddenly, as circles move out concentrically, things start to change. You affect the neighbor affects the next neighbor. Then next thing you know, you got 10 families in your neighborhood that everybody knows the police chief. You feel me? So I can't hear you. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I got you.
I mean, yeah, look, because I will get what you're talking about. I'll get fired up, so I put myself on mute so that when I'm actually going off, it doesn't distract what you're saying.
Okay.
Russell, thank you for just embracing the call to action that our ancestors made. Because this, I don't mind getting the hate text, because I'm getting so sick and tired of this woke culture. I always say, y'all so doggone woke, y'all suffering from sleep deprivation.
I know that's right.
Take a nap, baby.
Right.
Take a nap. I think there is a certain level of consciousness we need. But I also think that we need to be realistic with what we're doing. And what I see is the things that you're doing, mobilizing, educating. You can educate an individual without ostracizing them and without, persecuting them and without forcing your beliefs on them. And I think this is where we are. I find myself now more often than not looking at everything. It's like, okay, tonight we're going to look at the debates. And I said, well, mama, we got the battle of early onset Alzheimer's tonight. That's what I'm going to call it. Because at the end of the day, we need to rethink how we're grooming ourselves. Just look at the past few years and what we've seen. Candidates aren't getting younger, they're getting older and older. And you're helping us to educate the people, but what do you find is a challenge with your music and trying to educate the people?
All of it. Here's the thing. I studied when I was in undergrad at William & Mary in Virginia. When I was in undergrad, one of my I was became obsessed with the Harlem Renaissance. So James Baldwin, Zora Neale Hurston, and the list could go. Langston Hughes, go on and on and on. And the County Cullen, I can keep naming people. The art then was activism, and it wasn't always. James Baldwin wasn't always always talking about the race things. That was very much a part of his platform, but it wasn't just about race. Nor was anyone else during that time. It was part of their experience, so it poured into their art. I find that that art should always be activism. And hear me when I say this. Whether I'm writing a love song, or I'm writing a song about sex, or I'm writing a song about going out and letting off steam, it is some form of activism for self. Love is you want to fight for love. You want to fight for the good kind of love, the saturating kind of love. Sex, the same thing, the release, the intentional and whole to be consumed by this level of commitment and sex, whatever it may be. Or it could be just, that temporary shit. Whatever the case may be, I believe that art is activism, no matter what you're talking about. It just so happens that we are living in a time right now that activism, my light just fell. We're living in a time of activism that, sorry to y'all. Sorry. Here we go. We're living in a time of activism that this is a life or death thing. We got kids in cages. We have brown kids in cages. We got people that can't pay their rent. And we talking about thousands. We talking about tens of thousands of people that can't pay rent or are looking at possible eviction. There's so much stuff that's going on right now that there is a place for the WAP, but there's also a place for the wake up. And there's space in between for everything that we have to. This light is not cooperating system. So we have to make room for all of this conversation, activism, for all of this. The challenge that I have, though, is that the average consumer has been indoctrinated with this idea that suddenly, if something has a social commentary, that it is no longer fun. I'm not necessarily I don't mean wake up to be fun, but it's no longer, it's not consumable in the same way. So, and then, there's an argument. The other day I was talking to someone that works in media, just on a very a personal conversation. And she was suggesting that people in media want to control these types of conversations. So it's not even that people don't really like it. You're just controlling who gets it and who doesn't, because you don't want to have those types of conversations. Shit, I don't know.
Well, now, that's why you have independent media, so that we can have those conversations and we can have them how we want to, when we want to, and where we want to. Guys, shout out to those of you checking in. This is the Mr. Russell Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
And oh my gosh, he has so much to say, so much to do, so much going on. You really need to understand that this gentleman is just not an artist. He's a singer-songwriter, but more importantly, he's a change activist. He's all about the joy, the jewels, and the justice. So you already know.
That's right. Yeah.
He is welcome 10 times over. Okay. I mean, Russell, for real, when I read your bio, I was just like, I gotta talk to him. This is necessary. When you quote James Baldwin, that does something to me, because I always think about hearing about Thomas Dorsey, growing up around older people, those were the names that you heard oh so often. And I think that, like you said, and I'm not knocking anybody, but I don't know if you watched it, but I remember being a kid watching Bobby Jones on Saturday nights.
Oh yeah, Bobby Jones Gospel.
But I noticed that now when I watch it on Sunday mornings, it's not the same.
I didn't even know Bobby Jones still came on TV.
Yeah, it now it's called, I forgot what it's called now, but it comes on Sunday morning. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, nothing is the same anymore. Because it used to be real old school, and and now it's just like everything is hibbity bibbity bibbity bop bop boom. I don't need that. When it gets to the point where I feel like I can twerk to your gospel song, it is something wrong. So all I'm saying is, You keep doing what you're doing. The music is gonna be fun when you hear the words. That's how I feel about it. Because with what you're doing is necessary. It's necessary. You know, Lil Kim and Foxy Brown, they gave us what we needed back in the day, but it's a different day. And it's sad because these kids really internalize what they hear. It's not like when we were kids, we heard it, but we knew better. They hearing it, they seeing it, they living it, they singing it in their own houses, so they don't know any different. Russell, thank you for giving them something different.
Oh, I appreciate that. It's my responsibility.
Uh-oh. See, that's a whole different situation because nobody wants to be held accountable anymore. And we damn sure don't want to take responsibility for the things that we do to create havoc in our own communities. But you know what? I'm not going to go there because, baby, the children, you know, this generation, and I'm not even talking about Gen Zers because Gen Zers got a whole different way of thinking. But millennials, we got some issues. Straight up. Because we, you know, everybody want to talk about Gen Zers or feel entitled. No, they're products of us. We don't want to accept responsibility for the things that we can do and to change what's going on. You can't expect any type of intercultural relationships to be restored if we don't restore intracultural relationships. Guys, if you don't know the difference between intra and inter, go get a dictionary and don't. Oh my God, Russell, this thing, look, you knew you was gonna come on here and get me right. Touchdown.
Listen, I'm just saying, you said it absolutely right. And it is as deep as you want it to be or as shallow as you want it to be. It doesn't even really have to be that deep. You are responsible for the energy that you put out there. And sometimes that energy is ratchet and fun and party yardy yardy.
Yes.
And sometimes it is introspective and reflective and so forth. There's got to be space for everything. For every WAP, there's got to be something else that takes the balance, that balances it out.
Absolutely. Oh my God, Russell, you know what? Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
I ain't know for sure, but I felt like you was gonna bring it, baby. You was gonna bring it.
Listen, and now look here. I done made reference to it more than I made reference to my song "Wake Up." So I gotta make sure that I talk about "Wake Up."
But that's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Definitely let everybody know. First and foremost, let everybody know where they can find you on social media, and then let's work on running them numbers up.
Okay, you got it. So Wake Up is available on YouTube, my Vivo channel. So it's Russell Taylor. That's 2 S's and 2 L's on Vivo. If you just Google Russell Taylor and Wake Up, you'll find it. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at rsoulstar, one word, rsoulstar. And I've had a couple of performances of Wake Up as well. I did for iHeartRadio and Power 105, and I think it's Z103 in New York. And we're working on something now. Maybe actually, I won't talk about it. If it happens, then I'll make sure everybody in the network knows. Yeah,
we're gonna go on and speak it into existence.
Yeah. Well, there is a live stream of the vice presidential debate that's happening that night. I think it's 2 weeks from now, October 9th, I think, or the 7th. And they're doing a pre-show. So I may be performing 2 of my songs for the pre-show, one of which is Superman. The other would be Wake Up for the pre-show.
Yeah.
But we'll see logistically if it'll work out.
Okay.
But just come and talk to me. Come and watch the video. I believe that when you listen to the song, if you didn't even have the visuals, if you listen to the song, you follow to the words, that it will inspire you in some way, meaning like you feel something. My job, as I've already told you, I take an academic approach to my art. So my job as an artist is to make you feel something. So when I go into all my shows, my job is to make you feel something. Even if you feel like I don't like that cat right there, that's fine. I made you feel something, you know? So then if you listen to the song, you fall into the words, you should feel something. But when you watch the imagery, you really should feel something. And that's the goal. Like, I want you to feel something. And if you feel so compelled, visit wakeupthe.vote, the website, or follow it on Instagram. And because on this, we put up images and information about finding out, demystifying these things, these ideas about voting, finding out how to register, how long will it take for you to do your absentee ballot, all of these resources. And it seems to be that everyone, Michelle Obama, Common, everybody in this game is trying to make sure that we reach everyone else, to tell them, convince them, show them how important their individual responsibility is, how important your individual action is. And that's the purpose. I have a job to do. And God gave me the gift of being a singer. He gave me the gift of word. He gave me the gift of being able to capture an audience. So I need to use it for good. And that's why we're here.
I know that's right, Russell. Guys, this is Russell Taylor, and he is extraordinary. So while we know what's going on around us, let's understand that there are individuals out here like Russell Taylor who are speaking up and out through their art. Wake up is a call to action. Don't fail the culture by not acting accordingly. Russell Taylor, thank you.
Thank you. You got a calling on you, sister. I'm going to be coming to your church.
Oh, Lord. Wow. Well, I receive it for whatever that ministry is. I do. I hear that a lot. And I told somebody, this is my platform. This is my ministry.
For now.
Okay.
This is the first time I met you, but I'm telling you, got a calling on you. So I'll be coming to your church in the next 5 years. Hey, come on now.
All right. We might have a thing in our walls. But Russell, thank you.
All right now.
Darling. And I will see you soon. All right. Guys, that was Russell Taylor. And wow, look, they can't be doing that to me live like this. But no, he was super duper dope. So very excited to have met this gentleman and been able to really talk with him about Wake Up. And please understand, Wake Up is a call to action for Black, Indigenous people of color and their allies. Okay? Please do not, guys, do not fail the culture by not acting accordingly. Guys, it's your girl Lily Mae, and this is Consulting Time. I will be back at 7 p.m. with a couple of gentlemen from Philly, and then we will have the legendary Billy Dance from MOP and his son La Boogie. Have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen.